Shalom and welcome to the season finale of season 2 of the Israelite Girl's Guide to Living for the Most High. I am Deja, your host, and thank you so much for joining me on season 2. We have officially reached the finale, episode 9. I'm just so grateful to have you all joining me here for this finale. Thank you so much for joining me on season 2. We talked about many important things that can elevate your walk, elevate your life, walking this path, the narrow and straight path. We talked about, let's just run through the list here because we talked about so many things. We talked about modesty. We talked about trust. We talked about faith. We talked about humility. We talked about repentance. We talked about accountability. We talked about gratitude. And we also talked about your image. What image are you portraying? So if you have missed any of the last episodes within this season, I definitely do recommend you go take a listen, take a watch, take a read, and, soak in all the gems that were shared from season 2. There were definitely a lot of gems shared, and they all came from, direct inspiration from the Most High based on situations and circumstances in my personal life. So I definitely do recommend you take a look at that information. And thank you for being here on the season finale. Wow, this season was amazing. This season was definitely a very reflective one. This season really pushed me to take a look at situations that I have overcome. It forced me to take a look at different circumstances that caused me to take a step back and learn a lesson or two. And it's truly been a blessing to look at the things that have occurred in the past 3 years and to be able to culminate them into, a podcast, but also to culminate them into something that I can learn from and some information that I can share with other people, and prayerfully they can learn something from it too. So all praises to the Most High for that. This season finale, I think is going to be very powerful, very enlightening, I guess might be a safe word to use. But we're going to talk about blessings. We're going to talk about not blocking your blessings. We're going to talk about the fact that blessings come in all forms, and truly be accepting of how the Most High decides to bless you. I know a lot of people are familiar with the term, the phrase, the saying, beggars can't be choosers. And, it's a little cliche, funny thing to say to somebody when they have an opinion on something that you're giving them out of the kindness of your heart. But it really is the truth. Beggars really can't be choosers. And I say that because if someone is doing something out of the kindness of their heart to you that you may or may not have even asked for, and they're just doing it because it's something that will elevate you in life, and you have a negative opinion about how it's packaged, how it's delivered to you, or what it is, that sounds pretty ungrateful. And that is something that I want to discuss today. A lot of times we feel entitled to a lot. And I talked about this previously on past episodes within this season, but we feel like we really deserve something from the Most High. We feel like He owes us things. And He doesn't owe us anything. I believe I talked about this on the humility episode, actually. The Most High doesn't owe us a thing. We aren't owed anything. And many times we just assume because He's this big, magnificent creator that He owes us so many things. And we just need to shake the bottle, that He's sitting in because He's a genie. And He's supposed to grant us our wishes the way that we ask for them. And that's just not how this thing goes. And understanding that and accepting the fact that the Most High doesn't have to give you anything, and He does that because He loves you and cares about you and wants the best for you. And prayerfully, you will return that same love to Him. That is why He chooses to bestow things to us, not because He has an obligation to. And that is a hard pill to swallow, especially if you're spoiled, you're used to receiving things the way you want. You're used to maybe not even having to ask for things and things just being freely given to you. That is not realistic, especially when we're talking about the Most High. Yes, He is our Father. Yes, He does take care of us. But when it comes to blessings, he doesn't have to bless us the way we want to be blessed. He doesn't have to bless you with the things that you think you want. He gives you what you need. He always gives you what you need. So just keep that in mind. One thing I want to say is don't question how the Most High chooses to bless you. That has to be the most bratty thing you could do. It's like if you're watching that kid, who is already spoiled and gets everything that they want, and they just complain to their parents all the time. Well, this isn't what I want. Well, I wanted this. This person got that. Why can't I have this? How come I have to do it like this? And they're failing to realize that you didn't have to receive a thing. No one was obligated to give you a thing. And you should just be grateful for what you have, because there are so many people who would rather be in your position, and you don't hear them complaining. They're actually very content and very grateful for what they have. And so you should do the same thing. And many times that's what we do to the Most High. We're always looking over to the right and to the left to see what this person has, to see how these people are. And we're wondering, what have we done wrong in our life to not receive the same things they have? Chances are you haven't done anything that will, make a difference between what you have and what someone else has. It's all about the story that the Most High has written for your life. And you just have to play out your part and be your character. There's nothing you can do but play out your part and be your character. The Most High's blessings come in many forms that you wouldn't have recognized otherwise. I know many people would say, you can't see for looking. And because you're always looking over here and over there, and you can't see what's literally right in front of you, what the Most High has given you as a blessing. I can use myself as an example for this. Before I found Yisrael and was in a relationship with him, I had all the things marked on this imaginary checklist of the things I'd want in a husband, the type of husband I'd want, what he would look like, his character qualities, all these wonderful things, and he would possess, and the type of person he would be. And as time goes on, I'm realizing that Yisrael fits all the characteristics that I had on my list. And so at that point, it's like, what else am I looking for? Like, can't see for looking. Like, where are you looking at if not right in front of you? And that's just something that we have to remind ourselves of when it comes to the Most High's blessings. More times than not, what you're seeking and searching for and looking hard to find is sitting right in front of you, literally. And you're over here looking around trying to figure out where it is, and he's already blessed you with something that you've been seeking. Keep that in mind as well. Just because the Most High isn't blessing you how and when you want shouldn't diminish the fact that he's working miracles in your life. Life itself is a miracle. Let's just get that straight. Life itself is a miracle, and many of us shouldn't even be alive right now. Like, I can even speak for my own, existence. I was premature by like 8 weeks. I was in a NICU for a few weeks before I even went home. Realistically, I should not have survived, but I did. And that's because the Most High had a different plan for me. Some of you may be able to relate to that story. Maybe you have children who are premature, or maybe something has occurred in your life outside of just your birth where realistically you shouldn't be here, but you are. That is a miracle. Don't ever take that for granted, because the Most High can quickly snatch your life away from you like it was a vapor, which it is a vapor, and he can easily snatch it from you. So, don't diminish what he's doing in your life because it's not the way you think it should be. Many times we, want to be the author of our own lives. We want to write our own stories. We want to be in control. And that's really what this whole thing boils down to. We're not in control of anything. We have some levels of control. But Yisrael always speaks to this too, how we are like technology. And the Most High is operating his technology, and he has a code set in place, and you have choices between choice A or choice B, and everything is cause and effect. Everything is an if-then statement. And if you choose A, then this will happen. If you choose B, then this will happen. That's it. So you can't try and alter the code to fit your narrative. That's never going to work, ever. And you just have to be okay with relinquishing that power and allowing the Most High to be the one that's in control and authoring the whole situation. I mean, why would you argue with that? He did create everything, yet we still do. And I don't know why, because I wouldn't want his job. His job is very hard, and he literally sets the whole entire everything in the balance. And that is a level of responsibility I would never be ready for. So, Most High, you got that one. But we can't just want to be in control of all these things. That's not how this works. If you're not in control of how you were brought into this world or how you leave this world, that should tell you a lot about who really has the control and the power and who doesn't. So that's kind of what I wanted to share. This whole season was just about different qualities that we should possess. Being an Israelite girl, being an Israelite woman, or Israelite man, even though I am speaking to the women, just being a child of the Most High in general. These are qualities we should all possess. We should all be working daily to increase our trust, to increase our modesty, to increase our faith, to increase our humility. That might be the biggest one. Increase our accountability, increase our gratitude. That's a major one too. And seek ways to make sure we're living in the Most High's image and not our own. And we should always be accepting of the Most High's blessings with open arms and seeking ways to be more grateful for what he has given to us. Because like I said before, he doesn't owe us anything. And many times we forget that fact that, he was here before time was ever a thing, and he will be here after all of us are gone. And he will always be, he is, literally he is. So let's just not forget that and remember who really has the power. Remember who you serve. Remember that he is in charge of this whole thing, that we are to love him with all of our being. We are to seek him. We are to fear him. And if you truly do want to live for the Most High, the major key is to fear the Most High, because he is someone to be revered. He has literally time in his hand. He has the earth in his hand. He has everything in his control and in his power. And there's no reason why we should be arguing that or trying to usurp that or trying to act like that's not a fact when it definitely is. So that's what I wanted to leave you with. And I will be right back after this quick message. This episode is brought to you by Israelite Girl, a brand aimed at providing a space for the women of the 12 tribes of Yisrael to learn how to navigate the challenges of being set apart, receive insight and advice on how to move confidently as a peculiar person, and steps to take to walk in their true purpose. Learn more at www.deja.life. Thank you so much for watching. If you have not visited deja.life/podcast, you can see more Israelite Girl content. You can see the blogs. You can see the videos. You can also stream the podcast episodes from wherever you're streaming your platforms. Also, if you visit deja.life/shop, you can see the Israelite Girl shop. There's t-shirts, sweatshirts. There are hats. There are mugs. There are dresses, all types of different, things that we live by. Like there's a section on there called Femininity over Feminism. Definitely check that section out. The I am section, just, having those affirmative sentences, affirmative quotes saying, who we are, being children of the Most High. We have the Israelite Girls, living for the Most High, standard sweatshirts. We also have the I am an Israelite Girl sweatshirts and tees. So if you are interested in any of that stuff, please visit deja.life/shop. And aside from that, I don't have any other comments to say, but my favorite comments. If you are interested in nationhood and mobilizing, please visit yahwehgather.us. If you are a brother, please visit yahwehgather.us/brotherhood. And if you are a sister, please visit almighty'shouse.life. We are mobilizing, and the Almighty's House of Restorative Services is very close to being launched. That is our charitable arm where we will be sending groceries to families in need. So if you're interested in helping out with that project, please visit the website. Thank you so much for being here. I know this episode was kind of quick. It wasn't as long as the other ones. I really didn't have much to say. But I'm just grateful to have this community here that's rocking out with the podcast. I really appreciate it. You don't even understand how much I appreciate it. I really enjoy speaking to you all and writing for you all and being able to, join you on your walk as well as you've joined me on mine. Thank you so much for joining me for season 2. I can't believe season 2 is a wrap. I feel like I should have like a party or a celebration or something. I don't know. I will say that I am in the works of publishing the Israelite Girls Guide. So that will be coming sometime in 2024. Yah willing, we will see. But until then, I thank you so much for joining me here. And if you haven't checked out season 1, I do recommend you check out season 1. And let me know your thoughts. Let me know if this is something that has been beneficial to you, if you've received some insight from this, if there are things I can do better. I'm always in a place of refinement. I'm always in a place of being better. I'm a student for life. So I would love to know you all's thoughts about this and just let me know, how I can better support you all as the viewers. So thank you so much for being here. I pray that you remain blessed and that you remain humble and you remain a fearful servant of the Most High. Shalom and thank you.